Authoritarianism often starts as a joke, but history shows it never stays that way. On February 19, 2025, President Donald J. Trump's official Truth Social account posted, "Congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king." The post immediately ignited controversy. New York Governor Kathy Hochul swiftly condemned the post, emphasizing that the United States is a nation of laws, not a monarchy. Some laughed, others brushed it off as just another Trump meme. But history has a warning. Julius Caesar's critics laughed too, until they found themselves on the prescription lists. Trump's rhetoric, claiming elections were rigged, undermining institutions, and portraying himself as a victim of a deep state, mirrors tactics used by historical demagogues to justify overreach. Even if intended as satire, these repeated suggestions acclimate his base to the idea of a leader who exists above democratic constraints. And history warns us, the people who mock authoritarian rhetoric the loudest are often the ones caught off guard when it becomes real. Trump has openly toyed with a third term, ignoring the 22nd Amendment. His efforts on January 6th weren't just desperate. They revealed his belief that elections are a formality, not a principle. This is not just historical theory, it is happening in real time in modern democracies around the world. Recep Tayyip Erdoğan used a failed coup attempt to purge Turkey's judiciary, military, and press, consolidating near-total power. Viktor Orbán turned Hungary's democracy into a one-party state while keeping the illusion of elections. Vladimir Putin once seemed like a transitional leader until he methodically eliminated opposition and rewrote the system to rule indefinitely. This is how democracy erodes, not with a sudden coup, but with a slow, calculated dismantling of its checks and balances. The illusion of governance remains, but the power flows in one direction. Unlike Trump, who openly flirts with the idea of extending his rule, George Washington set the gold standard for democratic leadership by voluntarily relinquishing power twice. After leading the Continental Army to victory, he refused to become king, famously resigning his commission in 1783 and returning to private life. Later, as the first U.S. president, he stepped down after 2 terms, despite calls for him to serve indefinitely, reinforcing the idea that American leaders serve the republic, not themselves. Washington modeled his leadership after Lucius Quinctius Cincinnatus, a Roman statesman granted absolute power in 458 BCE to repel an invasion. Instead of clinging to power, Cincinnatus crushed the enemy in just 15 days, resigned his dictatorship, and returned to his farm, setting a powerful precedent for civic duty over personal ambition. Trump, in contrast, has floated the idea of serving beyond his term limits, even suggesting that he deserves a third term. Unlike Washington and Cincinnatus, who gave up power voluntarily, Trump tried to hold on to power after losing an election, going as far as attempting to overturn the results through procedural means and incitement on January 6th. Trump's supporters may dismiss this rhetoric as mere showmanship, but history shows that when demagogues normalize authoritarian imagery, it often precedes real-world power grabs. Republics don't fall overnight, they crumble when citizens stop caring. The illusion of governance is already here. Are we willing to pretend it isn't? They told us it was a joke. They always do until it's too late. If a leader declares himself king and no one stops him, is he still joking, or is he already ruling? Please subscribe to the Intellectualist's new YouTube channel, where we present insightful videos analyzing the current events shaping the world. Turn on notifications to receive the latest updates from the channel.